Hey, good morning, guys. It's Donald and Mary, and we're here to bring you your morning weather, water, and trail chatter report. And so Mary's going to start today with the weather and water and a little bit of bear activity, I think. Or let's see what she has going on. I don't even know yet. So, okay, Mary, take it away.
Thank you, Donald. Good morning, everybody. Right now in Blairsville, this morning it is 71 degrees and clear. We're looking at a high of 85 today with mixed clouds and sun this morning, and then scattered thunderstorms and showers developing this afternoon. There is a 50% chance of rain, and the winds will be light and variable. Then tonight, 68 degrees, scattered thunderstorms early, and then cloudy skies after midnight. 50% chance of rain, and the winds are light and variable. Up on Blood Mountain today, we're looking at a high of 78 degrees, dropping to 72 this afternoon. Showers and thunderstorms are likely after 10 a.m. It's going to be partly sunny with 5-mile-per-hour winds and a 60% chance of rain. Then tonight, 67 degrees. Showers and thunderstorms are likely before 11 p.m., and then a chance between 11 p.m. and midnight, and then a slight chance between midnight and 2 a.m. with some patchy fog, and it will be mostly cloudy, 5-mile-per-hour winds, and a 60% chance of rain. Water right now on the trail for the most part is pretty decent still. The seasonals are drying up to already being dry. Make sure you're topping off at Hawk Mountain Shelter. As you hike north, you have 6.2 miles until you reach Justice Creek, where you will be able to get water. And then Slaughter Creek before Blood Mountain has had some water. Make sure you top off there or beforehand, because there is no water as you climb up and over Blood. Let's always just top off just to ensure that we have a lot of water. Okay, Hogpen Gap is dry also for the water. Let's keep an eye out for snakes. Remember, they like to go across the trail, hang out on rocks and logs, and anywhere where they can bask in the sunshine. They can also camouflage pretty good, so make sure that when you're going to sit or pick things up, just, be extra cautious. The Copperhead Nest up in Cow Rock, the boulders there, that's a 5-mile hike out of Neil Gap as you hike north. So they're up there on Cow Rock. Stay away from those boulders. All right, update for the Great Smoky Mountain National Park for ongoing bear closures and warnings. First, all of the shelters are open, but still be cautious because the bears are still out there. They're just not causing any reason for the shelters to be closed at this moment. Closed campsites are 23 and 96. The warnings, Charlie's Bunyan, and then all the campsites that had warnings, they no longer have warnings at this point in time. So let's always remember, though, let's practice the leave no trace. Anything that you've brought in with you, take it out with you, and proper storage of your food and trash overnight until you leave. That keeps the area safe for the bears and wildlife, and for everybody that's outside enjoying the wildlife and area. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Donald now. We're going to talk about some other stuff that we have going on out here and around the area.
All right, thank you, Mary.
You're welcome.
All right, sweet. Let me go ahead and open this back up. All right, so I have a few things we're going to talk about this morning, and one of them is going to be, let's see what Mary picked out for us this morning. So there have been a lot of rescues of hikers recently, and following talks about safety hiking in extreme weather and conditions, extreme weather conditions. This also applies to anyone adventuring outside for any outdoor activities. Whether it is extreme heat, cold, or thunderstorms, understand the risks and take appropriate precautions, guys. So let's start with extreme heat, because we're seeing a lot of people dehydrating, overheating, or heat exhaustion, just all kinds of things going on out here because of the hot weather we're having. And so let's start with carry enough water and hydrate regularly. Electrolyte drinks are helpful in not depleting electrolytes due to excessive sweating. Drinking large quantities of waters can be detrimental to diminishing electrolytes, guys. So that means don't drink too much. You need to find that balance. and it takes a while to figure out what works for you, okay? So I see a lot of people that, they'll be drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking because they think, I don't know what it is, man, but I think they're like nervous and think they're gonna dehydrate, which definitely, if you know how to read the signs and keep yourself properly hydrated, you're not gonna run into that problem anyway. So it takes a while to learn balance, guys. It's all a learning lesson. All right. Lightweight, moisture-wicking clothing. A hat to keep sun in your off your face. Start early in the day. Take frequent breaks and try to avoid hiking in the hottest part of the day. Try to stay in shaded areas. Gradually exposing yourself to activity in the heat can help your body adjust. Know your limitations. Extreme cold. Layer clothing, base, mid-layer, outer layer. Provide warmth and insulation. Insulated jackets such as a puffy. Use a beanie, buff, and warm gloves or mittens. Keep your feet warm with proper footwear and socks. Don't overheat. Sweating can cause moisture and can make you colder. Stormy weather. Avoid open areas. Seek shelter during thunderstorms away from high points, trees, and water. Now, this is interesting right here because I think like 2 weeks ago I was on Reddit and someone had asked about what to do during a rainstorm, and literally someone said to keep walking because they're protected by trees. And so I was just blown away by that. That is the worst information to give people, man. You want to get to a low point. You don't want to be under trees. I mean, you just get to a low point and try to get out of the weather. Mm-hmm. Lightning strikes anywhere, and it strikes trees and stuff, man. That's so I'm not sure if this person was being a troll or not, but I think they were dead serious. And a lot of people were seeing that and kind of like chiming in, like it was a good, like the suggestion was good. This is the stuff I'm talking about, man. And they supposedly hiked in 2014, and they probably hiked the whatever amount of months it took them to get up to Maine, and that was it. And now they're online teaching people these bad habits and stuff, man. And so anyways, man, just because someone through hiked or they've been out here and they've hiked a few times does not make them experience. I would just definitely, I mean, as a kid, I knew not to go outside during a lightning storm or a thunderstorm and lightning storm. It's just, that's the way it was. You get out of the water, man. We had a camp on Cobsey Lake that's in Winthrop, Maine. So we'd go out there during the summer and swim and boat and stuff or whatever. And so when it was going to rain, our parents and grandparents or whatever would tell us to get out of the water, right?
Yep.
Man, people are going in the water and swimming and stuff, man, during thunderstorms and lightning storms. I'm lost on that.
I don't even go in the water when I see a little bit of a dark sky coming, because just because you haven't heard thunder yet or anything doesn't mean that lightning strike is not going to be there. And I've read, I don't know if this is fact or not, but I read that if you see lightning or something, lightning can strike in a 25-mile
I've read that also.
So, just because it's not right there where you're at doesn't mean you're safe. And definitely first rumble, I would certainly get inside.
Yes, man. Yes, most definitely. And so I don't know what happened to that, but that's what happened when I was a kid. So if I hear thunder or lightning out here, man, I'm not running under the trees and continuing to walk. I'm going to find the shelter. And usually I'm pretty good with it. I can tell when it's going to rain anyways. And we walk, as far as we can. And then you just get to a shelter or something, man, and hang out for a while, man. It's not going to kill you. Anyways, the lightning might kill you. Anyways, all right, so stay low on solid ground. Remove metal and electrical devices from your self-truck and poles too. Be prepared to turn back if conditions worsen. This applies to all weather conditions. Carry an emergency beacon should the need for help arise. Pack a lightweight shelter for unexpected situations. Check the forecast before you head out and be prepared for changes. Inform someone of where you are going and expected return time. Carry extra supplies such as food, water, clothing, filter, headlamp, lights, lighter for fires. Even when going on a day hike, it helps to be prepared should something happen. And I even suggest carrying a striker or
Yes.
I can't think of what it. Flint, thank you. And so caution high and learn how to use it too. And learn what's flammable in the woods because there were many times we were at a shelter and people would roll up after a storm or something, man, and I can get a fire going in the rain, man, and everyone was super thankful. But I also knew that what was flammable out there, man, like light or not and stuff, dude, or some people call it fat or not, but it's super flammable, and you can get a fire going, a core, get a good hot rager going, and then you can load on wet stuff and it will burn. And so it will burn hot. And so it's all learn what you can. That's survival, man, and that's what experience is. You know what I mean? So. All right, so caution hiking in wet weather. As downpours can limit visibility along with fog, flash flooding can occur. Mud is extremely slippery, as are rocks and roots when it's wet. So be super careful out here, man. Know your limitations once again. Safety is most important. All of these weather conditions can cause the need for rescue. Let's be safe and take the proper precautions when preparing to hike and once we are out there. All right, now I want to move on to a missing person in the Grand Canyon, Arizona. So authorities are asking for the public's help in finding a man who was reported missing in the Grand Canyon National Park on July 28th. 35-year-old Thomas Daniel Gibbs of Freehold, New Jersey was last heard from on Tuesday, July 22nd. His Tesla Cybertruck was found on July 28th in the Grandview Point parking lot on the South Rim, and he is believed to have been in the Grandview Trail and Horseshoe Mesa area on July 22nd. He is 6'1" tall and has brown hair and brown eyes. Park rangers are asking anyone who is in the Grandview Trail area around July 22nd and may have seen Gibbs or his known whereabouts to contact the NPS Investigative Services branch tip line at 888-653-0099. All right, and so next I want to move on to a few things I have going on here, man. There was another bear attack in Alaska, but I want to start. Hold on here for a second. So we have a hiker mauled by a second bear attack here in Alaska. And so a man was hospitalized with injuries after mauled by a brown bear on the Eagle River Trail, where the woman, like a week ago, was attacked by a bear, and then they had to come in with drones and stuff to locate the woman and get up in there and get her. And so this is the same spot, and this was the woman was 67 years old. She was dragged down while hiking alone on the Dome Trail near the Basher neighborhood. Now, so biologists say spawning salmon are drawing bears to the trails by rivers where the water's noise can mask the sounds of approaching hikers. So this one occurred on the trail to Barbara Falls along the South Fork of Eagle River. Officers responded to the trailhead just after 9 a.m. Saturday for the reports of the mauling, said Anchorage Police spokesman Chris Barraza. The man had time to deploy bear spray. He was taken to the hospital. His injuries were not life-threatening. He was walking his dog off trail. He was in front of him, the dog was, and encountered the sow with the cub in front of her. The sow saw the dog and the victim, and it charged. The hiker used pepper spray twice, once to stop the attack and again to keep the bear from coming back. There are no plans to kill the bears. That's what the state parks and fish and game officials are saying. This is 100% a defensive encounter, sow defending the cub. So the South Fork Eagle River has a good salmon return, so they're spawning in right now. It's a very active spot for bears.
And I think that brings in a double risk too, because not only is it the salmon spawning time, the females are protecting their babies. So I think that brings you in the double risk of having an encounter.
Definitely.
And I think definitely with the man having his dog off leash too.
Yeah.
The bear felt extra defensive.
That's
so,
right. That's right.
I obviously she's a mother and she's going to
Yeah.
take care of her offspring.
That's right, dude.
And
That's
I'm
what they
glad
do.
to see that there is no plan to euthanize a bear that is defending its babies because of the perceived threat. I'm glad that it's understood that what this animal is doing, because I think many times when a creature attacks, they're doing what they know to do, whether it's defending their territory, defending their babies, their food. And then they're the ones that, of course, unfortunately, are being euthanized.
That's right,
because
dude.
of it.
All right. It's their territory, man. All right. And so I wanted to say this also. And so wildlife officials are fielding numerous reports of bear and wolf activity in popular trail areas, including the BLM Campbell Track. Stantorf said a wolf-killed moose carcass was reported off the Black Bear Trail, and a brown bear bluff charge was also reported in the area. That section of Campbell Creek is a known major corridor for brown bears, he said. On Tuesday, officials announced that the trails at Beach Lake in Chugiak would be closed until Thursday due to a moose calf kill in the area. Officials urged hikers to avoid salmon-bearing rivers and creeks around Anchorage right now, or exercise extreme caution. Make plenty of noise. Don't hike or run with earbuds. Leash any dogs and bring bear spray or other deterrents. State Parks officials said while this summer's bear activity isn't necessarily unusual, they are dealing with reports of bear issues and unsecured food at campgrounds in Eagle River and Eklutna Lake, where a bear was euthanized earlier this summer, and I believe it was the mama bear with the cubs, man.
I think that's the one.
Yeah, and so she attacked, I believe, some hikers or campers or something, and then she kept coming back, and so they had to euthanize the bear because it habituated the area. Gurnett said he just issued a $320 citation to a camper in Eagle River for making food accessible to bears, and that's basically leaving your stuff unattended or not securing your food properly, or they were just feeding the bears. The bear killed in mid-June in Eklutna Lake was getting into food at the campground and eventually stopped retreating and started forcing people away from the picnic tables, he said. Now bears are feeding on the salmon they are naturally supposed to eat, Stanford said, restating the Department of Fish and Game's annual reminder to avoid salmon-bearing streams at this time of year. There's hundreds of miles of trail in Anchorage, he said. There are plenty to use and avoid just the handful of trails where the salmon is spawning. All right, and so we had a injured hiker rescued from Colorado. This hiker was hiking and was struck by a microwave-sized rock, and the hiker was not wearing a helmet. So, and then when the person got hit by the rock, they fell 30 feet. And so
That's a pretty big rock.
You think so, man?
Yes.
And so let me go ahead and read it like this. So a severely injured climber is safe after being rescued off a mountain over the weekend. On Sunday, Alamosa Search and Rescue said the hiker was struck in the hourglass on Little Bear Peak, just outside Alamosa. Crews said other witnessed the incident and activated SOS feature on their Garmin satellite device to alert rescue teams. Rescue crews said it was reported that a climber who's not wearing a helmet was hit by a microwave-sized rock and fell 30 feet. They said the hiker was found unresponsive with severe injuries. Search and rescue teams called Colorado National Guard to help execute a hoist extraction to lift the hiker out of the mountains. They said 10 crew members began the drive up Lake Como Road in specialized vehicles with technical gear, while 3 other team members were dropped into the Toman Basin by a Lifeline's 5 helicopter. Both teams together were able to help the hiker back to safety, and crews say they were flown to a hospital and Front Range for medical care. Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah.
They're lucky they're alive. That's a huge rock, and I think,
You think so?
of course, wear a helmet, but I think even with a helmet, that's going to be some
It's-
pretty hard damage.
Yeah, definitely, but it definitely would have probably have helped some.
Most certainly. I'm a big advocate for safety precautions.
Yeah, definitely. So, Yellowstone, a 17-year-old boy suffered significant thermal burns during a hike near Old Faithful, Yellowstone National Park, officials said in a press release. The incident happened Monday morning when the teen was on a hike in the vicinity of Lone Star Geyser. The teen's foot broke through a thin crust, the press release says, and he suffered burns to his lower extremities. Emergency medical staff responded and the teen was transported to a hospital for further treatment, park officials said. This is the first known thermal injury in the park this year, the press release states. The incident remains under investigation and no further information has been released. I want to say this also. There is a double homicide that happened in Arkansas, Devil's Den. They have found, they have a picture of the hiker or the suspect assailant, and I posted the news report on my timeline. So if anyone wants to take a look at it or get on YouTube or just punch it in, man, so you have an idea on what this guy looks like. He really did a number on these people, man, and so. He's also driving like a black Hyundai, looks like a Toyota Camry. I can't remember what the car is called, man. Maybe like Sonata or something. But it's black, and there's a video of that also. I did not post that one, but there is a video on YouTube of it. So that all being said, sad stuff right there. But this dude could be anywhere, so please be on the lookout for him. Don't put your guard down right now. Be aware that there is a person out here that's, it's Arkansas, but that's only a couple states over. Who knows what's going on? You know what I mean, man? Just be careful. That's all.
Let's hope he's found sooner than later.
Yeah, definitely, man. They're working on it right now. They got the FBI there and stuff, man. It's a pretty serious thing. All right, and so... well, we've got one shuttle this morning, man. It's super hot out here, guys, so definitely be prepared for the hot weather. Otherwise than that, I got one more thing I wanted to say. So I also posted Marlene Simpson. She lives up north a little bit, man, but they do need trail maintenance assistance in Tennessee and northwest North Carolina. Or Western North Carolina. So that all being said, man, if you can lend a hand or you got some time, man, reach out to whoever's on on my post from Marlene Simpson. There is numbers on there telling people who they can call or informing people who they can call to set something up and go up and help out. They have 4 shelters, I believe, they want to build, so probably one of them's Cherry Gap.
I would think so.
Yeah. But, all right, guys. That's about it for today. Did you have anything else you wanted to say?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Sweet, man. If anyone needs anything at all, you give Mary and I a call. We're here for you. All right. One love. Peace.